It's right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of Sipping Tea with Suzanne. I am your host, Positively Suzanne, and I am so excited to be here tonight with the fabulous Monica.
Hi, everybody.
Hey!
How you doing?
Yes. So she is phenomenal. You're going to hear all about her as we, go through this hour. And actually, I'm going to give you how you can follow her. But first, I do want to start out by saying thank you to my loyal viewers and my subscribers for tuning in week after week. I appreciate it. As you know, June is the last month for season 1. So we have this week and we have next week, and then we'll be on hiatus for July and August. We'll be back in September with brand new episodes. So make sure that if you're not caught up, to get tuned in and get caught up. I also want to thank my fantastic sponsor. So my space sponsor is Life Garden Cafe. I want to thank them for their sponsorship week after week. If you're looking for a place to grab a bite to eat, it has great food, ambiance, decor, and great people. Life Garden Cafe, which is located at 1048 Main Street in Worcester. And my second sponsor is Paul Anderson from Paul Anderson Photography. If you're looking for a photographer for real estate needs, weddings, funeral, barbecues, or headshots, please connect with him. All right, and if you're looking to be a sponsor, connect with me and we will go from there. But I am excited tonight because I have someone who is normally in front of the camera doing the interview.
Yes. I don't get interview often, so this is different.
Yes, tonight the shoe is on the other foot.
Yes. I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie.
Don't be. You've been doing this so long, you're probably gonna think, I'm like, okay, you got it. No, you're fine, you'll be fine. But no, thank you so much. For saying yes, and thank you for being on. And I was on your show recently, so let's talk about your show first. Let's jump right in. Transcend with M.
Transcend with M. So Transcend with M was born out of the necessity of connection, right? It was a way for me to understand. I was going through a turbulent time where I had left my job. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wanted to understand if there was other people going through that same thing. And then by having conversations, I discovered that there was a tribe out there that needed to be heard.
Yeah.
People with voices that never been heard before. And as the podcast started as let's talk about business development, let's talk about networking, let's talk about leadership, and then it evolved into this beautiful thing that blossomed into let's just elevate people's voices and share these stories with the world. So now for 3 years, we've been focusing on elevating entrepreneurs, moms, whichever title fits you, but stories of success and resilience. So basically, those voices that we don't usually hear, right, from uncommon women are basically exposed, right, in hopes that they teach others that they are not alone and that path can be survived, and that you have the resiliency to go through whatever it is that you're going through. So that's kind of like what the podcast is about.
Well, it is. It's an amazing platform, and I, thank you so much. You invited me to be on the platform.
Yes.
I enjoyed our time. You made it very smooth. I enjoyed
Thank
it.
you.
But I love what you talked about connection, because I think that sometimes, especially when we're going through, you talked about resiliency. When we're going through something, sometimes we feel alone, because that's what it does, right? Struggle isolates us. We feel like no one else can understand, no one is going through. So you have this platform, you're highlighting these voices, and folks are saying, wait, she's just like me. Somebody's going through that, and through their story, they're being inspired, and they feel like, okay, I'm not alone in this, like they went through it. So you're really doing a really nice job with that, and just really elevating and just encouraging out there.
Thank you. I mean, honestly, a lot of people, a lot of women, a lot of us make the mistake of comparing ourselves to success, right?
Yeah.
But not a lot of us know what it actually took to get there. The struggle, the tears, all the feelings.
All
right?
the feelings, right, Lord?
So, my hope is to kind of normalize that success factor, where like, no matter how successful you think someone is, we're still human.
Absolutely.
We're still a person. I'm still a
Absolutely.
mom. I'm still a wife. I'm still a daughter. I'm still a sister. And I struggle in all those areas too.
Absolutely.
You know, so I think it's important to just to keep it real.
Yeah.
You know.
No, you have to. And I think, I always joke that it takes 20 years to become an overnight success, right? Like, listen, because they see the Monica now, like,
Yes.
they don't
Yeah.
see, like you said, the tears, the Monica,
Yeah.
like the sacrifices and the things that you made behind the scenes,
true.
how long you've been working and grinding.
You're right.
And, folks like, oh my God, she just blew up. Took me
Yeah.
20 years, but okay.
Yeah, here we are.
Here we are, because
Yeah.
it's funny. I always notice, like, if you're watching a movie, right,
Yeah.
and actresses and and actors, like sometimes, like they blow up. You see them on everything, and you're like, oh my goodness. But then you start to watch some older shows, and there they were, like in the background. They were like extra, or they had one line, or they were the dead body 20 years ago in Law and Order, and they're like, oh. It is, because it's. Because I did see that
so
with
funny.
somebody last night. No, because I was, it's funny. So, do you ever watch Station 19? So, I'm watching Station 19.
no.
This girl named Jamie Lee Ortez. Like, she just started a couple years ago. I saw her in Rosewood and a couple other shows, and she's doing amazing. But then I just happened to be watching, like, an old episode of Modern Family, and there she was. Like, she didn't even have a line. She was just in a bathing suit in one of the things, like, doing that.
That's so funny. No, it's true. We don't pay attention.
We don't.
It's like, imagine all of those extras that were at which was the one that Leonardo DiCaprio did that was on the 20s, the Gatsby.
Oh, The Great Gatsby. Yeah, yeah.
Imagine all those
Yeah.
actors there where they are
Yeah.
today, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Uh-huh.
you don't remember them then, but you will see them now.
Exactly.
So it is so true. Oh, that was a great analogy.
Yeah,
I
no,
love it. I
no,
love that.
thank you. I was
I
thinking
love
about that. Like, like they will be like they've been there, but yeah, the
awesome.
dead body on Law and
Yeah.
Order. Yeah, like I
That's
do love
amazing.
Law and Order,
That's
right?
amazing.
But yeah, no. So how can folks watch Transcend with them?
Yeah, so we are on, most of the people watch it on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple, even though we're in other platforms like Google Cast and whatnot. And then we release it every week on Mondays too. And we put it everywhere. So we put it on mostly Instagram and LinkedIn. Because most of the women that we interview are professionals, have either their own companies or professional careers. So we like to spotlight their personal side, right?
Yes.
Not just the business side. So they can watch it there, YouTube, Spotify video, which they have it now, and then they can listen to it on Apple Podcasts.
All right, I love that. All right, so you heard it here, and we'll put it in the bottom of the thing how you can connect with her and
Perfect.
follow her and all that. So I was reading your bio, so there's so much things that you do. All right, so we're gonna start with, so you're an insurance agent, and I did give you a new title today, but.
That's okay. That's okay. A lot of people doesn't really know, so you're a step ahead. They're like, I don't know what you really do.
But you know what though? We won't know because we don't know what the future holds, and God,
Exactly.
God does what He does. So who
Exactly.
knows? 5 years from now.
Yesterday I was in a hearing with the Latino Council, and a lady came to me. Didn't know she was a pastor until after the fact, and she's like, I don't know what it is, but you are blessed, and whatever it is that is on your mind, it's going to happen. And I was like, lady, I have a lot on my mind.
So narrow it down.
So now we have to sit down and talk. So it was just funny, right?
Oh,
because you always, I've always, the biggest thing, and this is a very personal thing, but between my husband and I, right, he says to me, please slow down. You don't work for the Red Cross. Right? Because I'm always wanting
Like,
to
go. Yeah.
help people do this and do that. He's like, focus on one thing at a time. So I've been in the insurance industry for 18 years.
Wow.
I started very early. I'm one of the most successful young agents in the state of Massachusetts. And recently, thank you. And 2 years ago, I decided to make the move and partner with my business partners who already had an insurance agency and became, partner at this agency that I work today, which is VRC Insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I decided to kind of remove myself from like the corporate world and coming to, you know, now the side of being more involved with the community is because, you know, of the same things that I kept seeing, right? Over and over and over. The mistreatment, the discrimination, the, you know, you talk too loud, you are too much, you know, all these things that really make you uncomfortable and make you hold yourself back from things that you really want to achieve. So, you know, a lot of the stories are COVID stories, right? Like, oh, during COVID, I had this aha moment, right? Mine's not so much. I was actually, you know, COVID came and I was like, I quit and I don't know what I'm going to do.
But I'm
right?
done.
So I took a sabbatical for about 2 months, and then I had all these questions, all these doubts, like, who the hell am I? Because I've been working and making other people successful instead of me.
Jesus.
But I knew that I had it in me. I just didn't know how I would put it out there. So the podcast started. I started listening to all these stories. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna do this, right? And I needed to find purpose. And once I found that purpose, is where all these wave of things started to happen, right? So now we don't know what Monica really do because she's involved in so much. But I think, you know, the one thing that I do that is consistent in everything else that I do is that I am on a quest of helping people become, because I know they have the potential to do what once I doubt myself to do, right? So I am an insurance agent.
Yes.
I am a woman's advocate. I own a virtual assistant company. I am a mother. I am a wife. I am a community builder. I am an author. And I am a coach.
All right.
And I
love
am all
it.
those things.
All those things, girl. And we'll
I
be
am
more.
all those things.
All those things.
But, you know, more than anything, I am me.
I love it.
You know,
I love
am
it.
who I am.
You are.
And that's it. And when you are who you are, it doesn't matter what title, what, you know, industry, what it is that you do, you just show up and you are who you are.
You are fully
And-
authentically you.
And I am just enjoying that,
Yeah.
being me.
I love it. You're a light. You are a light. And, you know, I always say light attracts light.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's funny. And, you know, I was saying to someone, I ran into someone who I used to work with, you
Yeah.
know, before I left, you know, my previous job.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just like the 40 hours that I worked per week just
Yeah.
seemed so long and
Yeah.
time consuming because I worked 5 days, but like I felt like I never had time to step out.
Yeah.
So once I stepped out of that role and then just like I'm just going to show up as Suzanne, positively Suzanne, fully authentically me every single day, it was just like such a relief. And you know, it's kind of like I don't feel like, as you said earlier, you know, there's so many things that are out there that will say, you know, you're too loud, you're too this, you're too that, you're too ethnic, you know, or, you know, just weird things that are meant to like just really, if you allow, will eat away at your confidence until you start to pull in and you become less and less of you because you're feeling that who you are isn't good enough.
Yeah.
So I love that, you know, you want people to see that for themselves because it's a tough area.
It is a very
Many
tough
struggle
area.
with that.
It is a very tough area. I work in insurance.
Yeah.
Historically, it's a very white male-dominated industry. And that's just what it is. I have nothing against men. All my business partners are men.
Yeah.
90% of the time, I'm surrounded by men. And I have amazing relationships. I don't want people to confuse, you know, me being an advocate for women and the women empowerment work I do with like I don't appreciate, you know, the male side, right? I have a husband. Enough said.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
enough said.
Okay.
But in this industry, women have been seen as nurturers and caregivers, basically, for customers. You don't see, still till today, a lot of women in leadership. You don't see a lot of women or doing a lot of D&I work. That's new. That's like baby steps right now in the insurance industry. Historically, you don't see a lot of women, agency owners like I am, much less minorities.
Yes.
Right? So it took a lot from me to take that step of identifying myself as I am a woman, agency owner, minority, my first language is not English, and I am going to go against everything I've learned for the past 15 years.
All right, now. I'm going to step outside of my comfort zone.
So it took me a little bit to understand that in that, that was what my power was. I was trying so hard to be so much like the rest of the people that I forgot that my power lied into who I really was. So now in this industry, during the past 2.5 years, almost 3 years, I've seen that I've had more of I don't know how to say it. It's not power, but it's more of a voice, right? A voice of change, right? I've partnered, I support an amazing organization that is called Ensure Equality, which is fighting for equality within this industry and is shaking the way that we look at D&I and human resources and how we actually operate, right? So we can be more inclusive, so we can be fair. I speak all around the country on operational success and things like that. So by stepping into that and honoring who I really am, which, I'm a Puerto Rican, I am loud, I speak with my hands, I can't avoid it.
Yeah.
I found that I could actually be a vessel for change. And that's been very uplifting and very rewarding, because even though I know I'm just a small grain of salt in a big ocean,
it's okay.
Here in my world, it's making a difference.
It is.
Right? So it's really interesting, how my team is all under 25 years old. 90% of it is women. And I am introducing this industry to people and to young agents that never thought could see this as a career.
Wow.
So just in that alone is extremely rewarding, and it makes me really happy, because even if they don't work with me their entire life, I know I put that seed over there that they could believe in themselves and become something, right? So it is the work. It's doing the work. It's not so much about, the title or it's about the work that we have to put out there to make that difference. So helping people by being just people.
Exactly. It's funny, and you mentioned that's title. I the world is obsessed with titles.
Yeah.
And like, you work hard, you have a title. Congratulations. Nothing's wrong with that. I've had titles, and I'm sure I'll have more titles, in the future. I never know where God is going to lead me. But I've seen people with very, very fancy titles, and they're so unhappy. They're so unhappy because they didn't find who they are. And you know how you said that you at first, you thought you had to be like them until you realize that you just have to be you. And now it's when you're making a difference, when you realize who you are, who Monica is, and that you didn't need to be like them to make an impact.
Yeah.
But all these people, they have the fancy titles, they have the money, they have all this, and they are unhappy because they don't know who they are, because with each role, with each title, they changed, they adapted, they shifted, they're a certain way.
There is no purpose.
None. They forgot the people, they forgot who they are. So it's just about getting a higher title and getting more money, but to what end?
Yep.
To what end?
It's interesting, because on the on the sake of you know, everybody says, you know, money is happiness, but yeah, no, money helps.
Oh, it does,
Money
girl. It helps. Listen,
but,
it helps.
you know, happiness is found within, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I always teach my daughter, I'll give you what you need, but never what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that from my mother, because even though if we had the capacity to have
Yeah.
things,
Mm-hmm.
things do not make you happy.
Nope.
Right? So there is this also balance when you are doing your career or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is that you decide in life, that we get so blinded by climbing the ladder
Mm-hmm.
that we forget what we really
Mm-hmm.
want to do or why we want to do it, right? Because the
Mm-hmm.
why is more
You
important
forget the
than
why.
the want.
Mm-hmm.
And I got lost in that.
We do.
I got lost in that.
You do sometimes.
And you know, it's been amazing to kind of rediscover
Yeah.
who that person is.
Yeah.
You know, who I wanted to be how do I wanted to show up as a wife? How do I wanted to show up as a mother? And yeah, the guilt sometimes is there. I work probably more than I should every day, but I enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
And you know, I feel guilty sometimes
We do.
about not being present.
Mhm.
But again, where there is purpose,
Mhm.
you know, there's nothing stopping you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you know, where do we go from here?
Yeah.
So the meaning of all you do, or like, I don't know how to describe that person. When you have purpose, you just go.
It is.
You just go.
I'm lucky, and I think you probably would say the same thing. My passion and my purpose has aligned. And, you know,
100%.
it 100%. And I feel like I know who I am.
Yeah.
And then with my passion and my purpose aligned, I'm good. And
Yeah.
even when I get a no, I'm like, yeah, it's not right
fine.
now. It's not right now. It's okay. And I was like, all right, God, maybe you're saying you were not ready for that, or that
Yeah.
was way too much, or
Yeah.
you knew it would have taken you away from your purpose, or, you know, so no, it's an amazing feeling. And I love that you are, after you have found that, you are finding a way to kind of help others see them,
Yeah.
see themselves, find their passion, their purpose.
And I'm pretty sure this happens to you sometimes, where doubts kick in. Like,
We're human
you know,
beings.
for everybody,
We're human.
like everybody else.
Yeah, we're human beings.
But I think you know, staying true to who you are and
Yeah.
how you want to show up for people is the most important thing.
Yeah.
You know, I usually am the one that sits in the back of the room. Everybody thinks I'm an extrovert.
Really?
Everybody thinks so.
So
I
you're
am
an
not.
intro?
I'm an introvert
Wow.
at heart.
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
the one observing, listening,
Okay.
and then if I find someone that I heard something that was like, oh my God, I heard you say this, can we talk? And then I'm
Okay.
like super quiet, go in the
Okay.
corner,
Okay.
cut through all the back doors to get to that person, right?
Yeah.
But I think, you know,
Yeah.
how you want to show up, and I've become better at that, but how you want to show up for others, it's the most important piece. Because
Yeah.
it's not all about you.
Yeah. No.
It's about others, depending on what it is that you want to do, right?
No, dependent. Yeah.
But for me, like, how I show up for others, it's what fills me every single day.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. I don't think I can be accused of being an introvert, so I'm not even gonna. I don't. I'm not even gonna try.
No, so I gotta do this, right? With the
like
pinky.
yeah, lift the pinky. Right? So like yeah, lift the pinky. Like
the
yeah,
pinky,
like
yeah.
Yes.
This is really good.
Okay. Yes. Not bad.
This is really good, actually. You know,
Yeah.
I used to play
Tea
tea
party?
parties with my daughter
Yes.
when she was little. We had sets for, oh my God, what was that doll? They had like
American
weird,
Doll?
No, they had like
Cabbage
weird
Patch?
eyes,
Oh no, that was our time.
like button eyes and whatnot.
The patch,
with,
the-
with purple hair.
The frizzy hair.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
And then we had like, you know, Sophia the First.
Yes.
And then so we had
Yeah,
a
that's
couple of tea
recent. They're
parties.
very young. Yes.
Yeah.
So I do adult tea parties. You know
Yes.
that.
I know.
Yes.
I have yet to come to one.
Well, you know, because you do a lot and I do
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like we always, but you know what though? I do, like, just like how God connected us, because we weren't introduced. I don't, how did
No.
we find each other? I think it was like on
It
Facebook.
was online.
Yeah, and it just said that somebody You
Attracting.
need, like, yeah, it's
Attracting light.
yeah, that's what it is. And it's like, I think light attracts light. And
Yeah.
then, like, you popped up in my feed,
Yeah.
and then I popped up in your feed, and then we connected, and then,
Yeah.
you know, the rest is history.
Yeah, well, I have to give kudos to Carla because Carla,
Did
you
she?
know,
Carla de la Cruz.
Carla de la Cruz.
Amen.
And Carla is everywhere. Like people think
She's
I'm
so-
anywhere.
I know.
She's everywhere. And I saw a picture of her like dressed like, you know, she was at a tea party. And I was like, what
yes.
is that about? And then she told me all about the tea party.
Okay.
I already followed you on social, but
Yeah.
then she told me about the tea party. And I was like, hold on, I gotta talk to this person. Because how did I miss
A tea party.
a tea party? Like I will take any time to dress up and show up.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so that was so I have to give kudos to Carla.
Thank you, Carla. See,
Yeah.
this girl is
Yeah.
such a connector, and
She
she
is.
talks. She likes to be behind the scene,
Yes.
but she's everywhere, supporting everyone,
Yeah.
championing women, mentioning their names when they're not in
Yeah.
rooms. I absolutely adore her.
And she has an amazing nonprofit.
Oh my goodness, the Wellstorm Inc. Absolutely, she is such an amazing individual. Like you know, it's like one of those persons that you meet and you're like, wow, just wow.
Genuine as it comes.
Genuine as they come. She's just always never cross words, just always friendly with everybody, supportive. I adore Carla.
Love
so
it.
thank you, Carla. Yes, all right. But yeah, no, I'm telling you, like light attracts light because
Yes.
that's how we do, you know, whatever. But yeah, we'll do an
100%.
adult tea party. I'm going to do one last one for the year because I have the Royal Ball in December and I got to put all my effort towards that.
Yes.
But I've been trying to end the tea party because I had one recently, I think July. Mother's Day brunch.
Mother's Day brunch,
Right, I
yeah.
did the Mother's Day brunch and I did a tea party in March and I wasn't going to do any more, but I was like, okay, I'm going to do one last tea.
more.
One more.
One more so we
one
can
more. Because like everybody
Come
can, but
on.
I was like, I'm going to put it, I'm going to promote it a couple months in advance so
Yeah.
everybody could come. And yeah, I'm just going to get it done and
Amazing.
then face. But no, you know what?
Amazing.
It started as something just for me.
Yep.
Right? And then everybody kept saying like, can I come? Can I come? And
It's something so unique and different. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So like, who is not gonna
Yeah.
come?
To a tea
get
party.
get her inner girl out, dress up like,
Exactly.
and just have a good
Exactly.
time. Especially when you have booze.
Yeah.
Just tea, guys. I'm just
Just
kidding.
tea.
I'm
Just tea. Yes.
kidding.
Yes. And it even involved, I did one for the little girls, like for the princesses, and that was amazing. But
Yeah.
no, God's been so good to me.
Good, good.
And, you know, so you recently did like a book signing event, and I think that
Yes.
was your second one because you did one last year.
Yeah, I
yes.
do one
I didn't
every
know you
year.
then. So,
Yeah.
and then this one, I can't remember the date, but I was like, yeah. It's like, I couldn't. But it was
Yeah.
such an amazing event. I saw so many posts, like people
Yeah.
posted about it, and it's like that
Yeah.
because you know you mentioned it earlier. You said you're a connector and you like connecting people. And so, where did the idea for that come in? What is that?
So the women's book signing. Last year we call it the soiree. This year we call it just a book signing and networking. Came out of the premise of connecting women, right? So they could share their stories, get to know each other, you know, see how they could collaborate. But I noticed that most of the women that I interview on the podcast, I will say 60% of them are authors that are not well recognized or
Yeah.
that they don't do a good job about,
They don't promote it, yeah.
about promoting themselves and their books. And for me, there's so many good heroes around us, so many people you can learn from, and I love reading.
Yes.
And I love visiting bookstores with my daughter, and I think it was it came out of, okay, how can I give back, right? Because I don't have I don't have tons of money to be like, send me 700 books. Like I can't do that, right?
One
But
day.
How can I show up for them? How can I give a platform to them, right? And I started having a couple conversations, and I reached out to two amazing women. One of them is my great friend, Precious, which I met. Actually, how we met was very funny. She was the keynote speaker in a conference that I was doing a panel on, and I saw her speaking, and I was like, you and I are going to become best friends, even if you don't know about it.
But we are.
We are. And we did.
Okay, I love it.
And then I reached out to Mary Shane, she is an international speaker, accomplished book author, and I told her, will you be willing to do this for free? Because I don't have money to pay. So the intriguing part was that they say yes.
Oh, wow.
And they say yes because there is not a lot of spaces that provide other authors to collaborate between themselves. So I was like, Ling, okay, we're doing this. So I planned it last year. I literally planned it within 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Because I didn't know what was I going to do, the idea, but it all came together like last minute after having all these conversations. And they adore coming into a space where other authors are there that are not on the same topics, that they can learn from each other and also provide their knowledge to a community of people that usually wouldn't find them that way.
Absolutely.
So it became the annual book signing and networking event. So we did it again this year with 2 repetitive appearances on authors, which was Precious and Emily. And then we added a set of 6 more authors, new authors, into the lineup. So basically they come, they bring their books, they are provided a space to tell their story and then to talk about their book. And then, you know, I help them with setting up like QR codes if they run out of like physical books and whatnot, food, music, emotions, everything happens within that room, but I limit it to a certain amount of people because the important thing is not about how many people, but about how many connections. And each author really, really likes to sit down, not literally, but sit down and have that meaningful conversation with the people attending. So it's a very intimate space. We limit it to like about 60 to 75 people. And then all these authors have the opportunity to share their story and what their books are about. Some of them are multiple books into it. Some of them are first time.
First time,
we have Diane.
Yes,
this year.
I know Diane. Yes.
And we had Maria Milagros.
Yes.
Which you met at the event. She's local.
She's local. Yes.
So we have a lot of local
I love it.
coaches, authors, and amazing women. And it's only for women.
I love it.
Only for women. So we have so many people around us that we're not aware of, that are heroes that can help us in different ways. And I was very happy to host the second annual book signing because it really is an opportunity for growth. First of all, I mean, you're getting, you know, there are coaches that charge $600, $700, $800 per hour for sessions. That in the book signing you can get for $20, right? You just pay $20 and you get 4 or 5 hours of knowledge, you know, coaching. You get food, you get to dance, you get to like, you know, cry, do what you need to do.
Do what you do.
You know,
do
what you
you
need to do. And when you get out of there, you walk out of there with 20 new friends.
Absolutely.
Right? So it is really rewarding because I love. I never speak on the events. It's all about them, and I love putting it together for them and providing them that space. So I'm literally just the organizer, and they are the stars.
I love it.
So I love organizing it, and it just provides. It's a way for me to give back to the community that continue to support me. You know, they send me, you know, homeowners leads, business leads, auto insurance. They call me because they need assistance with like, you know, administrative work. So that's just my way of saying
Giving
thank
back.
you.
Yeah.
You know, because we have to find clever ways of giving back. And
Absolutely.
empowerment is not just about you saying, I empower women, or like, oh, this is a nice sentence for today. It's about giving them tools
Absolutely.
to succeed, right? And that's where the book signing comes into play. You know, there is just a lot of tools that these authors can give other women to succeed, and that's why it's done.
You know, you said something very important. You said that, you know, there are so many people in our community, and I find sometimes folks think that they have to go far out to see. So, you know, like a famous author is signing a book, and, you know, you have to pay all this money to go there, and they will travel and pay $1,000 to hear someone speak, but they won't, you know, go to pay $20 to hear like a local author speak. And, you know, the funny thing is, it's like, and I always think of it like T.D. Jakes was once just a little minister at a little church before he became T.D. Jakes, you know. So can you imagine, like, there were times I'm sure folks were like, I don't want to hear him, you know, but now they will travel to Texas to hear him. They will spend money, and when they have the opportunity to get him for free. So it's sometimes people overlook the ones that are next to you. Like, they take advantage. And I love that you do that. You give these local authors an opportunity, you know, to speak, to connect, to network. And, you know, because I find fascinating people in my community all the time.
The most important thing is, like, you know, a lot, when I reach out, a lot of them think that, you know, they have to pay to show up. And that's not the case, right? We find sponsors, usually my company sponsors. And it is like a almost like they get amazed that it's like, are you
yeah,
really? I don't have to pay to be there.
It's free,
and it's free. You're really gonna help. And I was like,
I love it.
You know, so we really need to keep our eyes open first of all, and we have to give it a chance, because there is a lot of people around you that you don't know how much of a difference they can make in your life.
Absolutely.
You know, like, so I always, even if I go to dinner somewhere, or if I'm like in the cafe, or I keep my ears open, and I'm like the noisy person that says, hey, I heard you speaking, or I quickly go into like the social media creeping thing. But you never know. You never know. And like going to networking events, going to community events, it's really important, because they need your support. We all need everyone else's support. I need your support. You need my support.
Absolutely.
Like, if we don't support each other, then why? Why are you doing it?
Yeah, we need each other. Like, we need each other. I've been able to meet so many fantastic people since the year that I was intentional about going out there and networking and showing up at community events. And I've been able to mention the names of some of these amazing people that I've met in rooms, and they've gotten opportunities. And I've gotten opportunities because other people have mentioned my name in rooms that I wasn't a part of, and somebody will reach out to me and says, hey, I'm thinking of you for this. Somebody mentioned you. And, you know, and we have to continue to do this. And you don't have to call the person and say, hey, I mentioned your name here. You know, like, just be a blessing sometimes. And I get it, because what we do, we're very vocal, and you're on social media, but it's okay sometimes to just be a blessing, and don't even like just mention their name, and, you know, let that person just move on and do their thing.
I remember, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I was speaking with two ladies that I know, and I was like, oh, actually, you should talk to this person, and this person, and this person, and they're like, do you know them? Like, like, are you friends with them?
I'm like,
and I
no.
was like, oh no, but just talk to them. They're great. So, you know, I was like, don't mention my name. They won't know who I am.
Because I have no idea who I am.
I was like, don't say Monica said it, because they won't know who I am.
I know.
But I'm watching.
Yeah,
so,
I know, it's good though.
It is important.
It is important. That's awesome though. I love that. I'm cracking up because I've done it, and I'm like, yeah, no, I haven't met them yet. But like, they're doing such a wonderful job. Like, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, go show up. I hear she makes great cakes. I'm like, like and I'm like,
tasted, but
don't ask me how it tastes, because I don't know. But you know, you hear good things. Like, it's like here, when I met Marcella, fell in love. Amazing individual. And you know, when I met her, like, this wasn't even an idea, like being the space sponsors for a year, because I hadn't even started. I met them. I was looking for a space to do the tea party. Somebody knows who I love spaces and things like this, would come here to a meeting, for another organization, said you should check this space out.
Yeah.
Came and check it out. It wasn't going to work out. And I was like, don't you worry. I said, we will work together again.
Yeah.
And I started coming to the cafe and, whatever. And then I was telling her about the show.
Yeah.
And this was several months later. I didn't start the show till December. So almost a year after
That's
I met her.
amazing. That's
And,
amazing.
they offered me the space. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No, they're an amazing couple.
They are
And
fantastic.
I started learning Portuguese 2 years ago.
Okay.
And
How are you now?
Oh, I'm pretty good.
Oh,
So now
nice.
I order in Portuguese,
Ooh.
right? So I took a trip to Brazil in January, and I
Okay.
came back, and they didn't know I spoke Portuguese a little
Yeah.
bit. So I was like, I don't know what this is gonna sound, but I'm gonna try.
Uh-huh.
And I started talking to them, and I was like, "Where are you from Brazil?" And this and that, and they're like, and they were from the same town that I visited.
That you've, oh. my
So
goodness.
since then we just connected.
Like, yeah.
And then and I usually come with my husband and my daughter here, and we
Yeah.
order like almost the entire menu all the time
know.
because everything is so good. So I think it's just something very special when you actually take an interest on people and also take the time to get to know
To
them
talk to them,
better and
yes,
just to
absolutely.
understand.
Yeah.
But they've done a fabulous job here,
this
and we
space.
needed something like this.
Oh, this space is
Yes,
incredible.
we
Like,
did.
I'm here for meetings.
Yeah.
When my best friend Ham, she's from Brazil. She had her
Yeah.
daughter's Sweet 16 party. I was like, I know a place.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I took her. She came, fell in love.
Yeah.
The daughter said, like, she's like, I know I'm telling you a business, Marianne.
I'm coming to the 16th birthday.
Yes, I like her. Like, oh, it happened already. Her daughter was like, I don't want a party. But then when the mom, she's like, oh, I'm not even going to do a party. But then she came and she's like, oh, we have to have the
Yeah,
party.
we do have a party.
And the daughter, they had the party, and the daughter loved the space. So this
Amazing.
is just I just love these people. All right, so you do a lot, and I do a lot. So
Yeah.
tell me what you do for you to center, to balance, for self-care.
Oh, Lord. Well, that area, I'm going to be totally honest.
Okay.
It needs work.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
But thank goodness I have a family that supports me when I need to sleep.
Okay.
So, they don't come wake me up or, like if they know I'm really, really tired,
Yeah.
they actually close the shades and say, let mom sleep and put the
Yeah.
blankets on me and whatnot. But I love cooking.
Okay.
I love cooking, so when I need to decompress, I will make breakfast, lunch, dinner,
Okay.
snacks, all in one setting.
Oh, wow.
And that I needed that
Yes.
because
Yeah.
I cook like something new. I watch like
Creative.
3 hours of like Food Network. Like
Oh,
who knows, right?
yes.
So cooking is actually a good outlet for me.
I love that.
I quarterly go to a spa in New York.
All right. By yourself or with girlfriends?
No, usually I go with one person.
Okay.
Because I need the quiet time.
I know, right?
So I just went with Precious to
The best friend you manifested.
yes, I did. She's amazing.
I love it.
And it's really rare for me to make like friends as an
Yeah.
adult, So
It's hard.
It's
Even as an
been-
extrovert, it's hard because
it's been
like
amazing.
it's to find somebody genuine
Yes.
that like, because for me, friends are like soulmates. Like,
Yes.
my relationship with my husband is amazing,
Yeah.
but like my relationship with my best friends, it's also amazing.
Yeah.
It has to be. They're
Yeah.
the person who knows me at my best, my worst, and
Yeah.
loves me unconditionally. So
Yeah.
no, friendship, like true
Yeah.
friendship,
Yeah.
that's a golden thing.
It is. So this spa, I'm not gonna say the name because they're not sponsoring.
Yeah. Don't tell. Yeah.
You want to mention the name? You gotta pay. for
Girl, we've been hanging out way too long. But yeah.
I do drive to. I know there's a lot of spas here, but I go there because this
Do
place.
what you do.
This place, you can be there all day. It has about 11 pools. It's
Yeah.
overlooking the skyline.
Wow.
You get everything that you need in a full day. If you just want to sleep, you just go sit down on the pool and just sleep actually in a chair on,
Yeah.
on the pool. Or You know, if you need like the water massages,
Yeah.
you go get that done. Or if you
Oh.
want to plunge in a cold pool, you
Yeah.
can do that. So it has everything. You really are not crowded, and you can, you can go with the other person, and the other person says, "I'm out. I'll see you in 2 hours," and be like, "Okay, no
Yeah.
problem." So I love doing that quarterly.
Quarterly, yes. So my
I
husband's
can't
looking for
afford
me
it
next
monthly.
quarter. That's
You and I are going together. So
That's where we are.
We need to make that plan.
Like,
and
yeah.
gotta be able to survive without her for a day and a half.
yes. Yeah, he'll be all right.
That, and then in the summer, winter kills me here because I love outdoors. But lately it's been very busy, and I've had to deal with a lot in terms of work. But we love kayaking, hiking,
Wow.
and biking.
Okay.
Love those three things.
I love that.
I am not like super sports
Yeah.
driven, but I like doing those
Okay.
things. And you put me anywhere on the beach, and
Like, I know.
that's just, So it doesn't matter if the water is 30 degrees, cold, like freezing. I will get in the water and we will swim,
I
and
know.
I'll do all those things. So I will say
Wow,
that,
no, not me, but go on.
yeah, self-care, it has to do around, doing activity, actually. And, sometimes I just sit there and binge on Netflix, and
Yes.
I'm good too.
Okay,
So,
good.
yeah, you
Good.
can find me either sitting at the couch or being outside.
Okay.
But both to me are self-care activities.
Well,
Yeah.
if that
Yeah.
works for you, you
Yeah.
know, that works for you as
Yeah.
long as you're making time for just when you are
Yeah.
by yourself and
Yeah.
just it's about you.
Yeah.
Like it's about you, and that's so
Yeah.
important. I
That's-
truly believe.
I love doing that. I
Yeah.
don't know. I need to. My husband keeps saying I need to find a hobby that is actually
Another one?
nothing related to like
Ah,
anything I do.
Yeah.
But I always tell him the moment that comes, I'll be a landscaper
Okay.
because I have a green thumb,
Yeah.
and I love spending time with dirt. Love dirt.
Okay.
I just can be out there on the weekend. You'll find me on Home Depot or Lowe's,
Yeah.
and I'll be like full of dirt.
Oh wow.
Nobody will recognize me.
I just love that we're like completely different.
You're like very chic, like very like.
No, it's like-
And here I am, like, I'm.
I love dirt. Like I love dirt. It's just yesterday, my daughter, she's 16, she's learning how to drive. So we pull up to the driveway, we parked at the neighbor's park, and like I had to come out on grass. So she pulls up to let me out. And
Yeah.
my 10-year-old, she's like, Mom, it's just dirt. And I'm like, no, I'm not stepping in it.
And here I am. It's like it's raining.
Yeah, you're
It's
like,
a
I love
puddle,
dirt.
and I was like, I'm jumping
I'm
right
good.
in.
I'm good. She's like, Mom, it's just dirt, and you're wearing shoes. I'm like, nope, pull up. Jimmy, just
Yeah, so we're very different.
exactly. Like, yes,
I think we can agree on the spa.
yeah, the spa. You had me at the spa with the
Yeah.
dirt. I'm like, don't invite me over for that.
Yeah, no.
I will not be there. Like,
know,
oh,
I
dude.
know.
But that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
I know it's very difficult to picture, but
Yeah.
if you give me between activities of
We-
like going
we-
and getting a
I
pedicure
love
and
that.
a manicure,
Yeah.
or spending time like
Yeah.
doing like I don't know, farming or something,
Yeah.
I will choose
Okay.
that
Again.
instead of the
Again.
mani and a pedi.
I'm good. Take me diamond
Yeah.
shopping.
I know. I
Like-
spend more. I spend less money doing the
Oh
other.
no. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. I can't.
No, but you and I are going to the spa then because
We're going to the spa.
other activities are
Yeah.
going to be very difficult for us to
It will be. Well, so my daughter, she wants to do a garden, and I'm like, Lord help
Yeah.
me. So
Yeah.
I'll send her to you. Like
Yeah.
she wants
Oh,
the
yeah.
she wants the garden. Yeah. The
Perfect.
biking. The hiking, everybody's been trying to get me, and I did it a couple of times. I'm
Yeah.
not too
Yeah.
opposed to it,
No.
but I'm trying to take up golf. And,
Okay.
and I'm trying to get more outdoorsy because I'm not an outdoor girl.
Okay.
But
And that's okay.
I'm trying
It's
to
who
get
you
more
are.
outdoor because the kids like the outdoor.
Yeah.
And I love spending time with my family.
Yeah.
And, you know, they like the outdoor. I mean, Sunday I was outdoor.
Nice.
Like, yeah.
Where did you go?
We were in Gloucester. So we went to
Nice,
Gloucester.
beautiful.
Yes, we went to, there's a state park there. We went and we walked like down to the beach. Although,
Yeah.
granted, when I came home, I made everybody take their clothes off, put in the thing. I'm like, we were in the woods. I don't know if they had ticks. Take it off, put it in the laundry room, and go shower.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So you and my husband are like the same person. He's like, I am the one that mows the lawn.
Yeah.
Do all this. And
Yeah.
he's like, no, I'll clean the inside of the house.
Yeah, no.
You know?
Oh,
Um,
really? Okay, yeah.
He does not like to get like his feet dirty or anything.
Oh, no, I can't walk in dirt.
So, but I do. I go
can't.
outside like
I
complete
cannot.
barefoot.
I cannot.
You
I
know,
will
I grew
not.
up in the woods. So
Yeah,
it's okay.
girl, I grew up in Jamaica and I still will. Like, I will not. I will not. And
That's
my
so
kids,
funny.
like, we'll be outside in the front lawn and they would like be just kicking the football like bare feet, and I can't fathom how. I was like, just on the grass with your feet. And my husband's
my
like,
God.
let them be, because I'm like, put shoes on. He's like,
Yeah.
let them be.
Yep.
Like, you know, people like, oh, I like to feel the grass between my feet. Never.
Oh yeah.
I would not.
It's such a
I
wonderful
will not.
feeling.
I will not. I will not.
This is gonna be very interesting. You know, you said you wanted to go to Puerto Rico. I don't know how that's gonna work for you.
I know.
You know,
Yes.
will you put your feet on the sand?
Yes, I'll do the sand.
And like,
I do slippers on
but
the
you
sand.
know, when you get out, in order
Yeah.
to walk to the car, you're gonna get dirty.
I know. I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working
Okay,
on
we'll
it.
work on this.
I
before
work
you-
on it. And
before
yeah.
you go to PR.
Oh my goodness. And it just doesn't help. Like my husband and my kids, they just all love the outdoors. Like, you know, but we're working on it. We compromise.
Yeah,
But yeah. And
I love that conversation.
tell your husband though, in terms of getting the hobby, and you said you'll end up being a landscaper,
Yeah.
because my tea was for me, and it's turned into a business. Now I have a
Amazing.
show called Sippin'
Sippin'
Tea
Tea.
with Suzanne. I'm having tea parties, kids and
Yeah.
adults, and folks like message me all the time, like, when's the next tea party? And I'm like, this was just for me, but luckily I still maintain my love for tea. I have a tea party for myself every day.
Nice.
And sometimes I do the big one. I'm trying to find, I don't need another, but I'm trying to find new tea sets. I don't have
Ah.
anywhere else to store them. I have so many. Like, it's not like I need it.
It's like today, I feel like pink.
I do. And TJ Maxx has some lovely ones. So it's not even
Yes.
like they're that expensive.
Yeah.
Like I'm just
Forget
running.
about going to the antique stores.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll walk out of there with like nothing on your
Yeah,
pocket.
I don't even, but yeah, no, I'm trying my best to like, woosah. No more,
Love
no
it,
more
love
tea
it.
sets.
It's okay.
No
It's
more
your
tea
hobby.
sets. Yeah. So
It's
what
your
is your
hobby.
garden like? Do you have a big garden? And
I do. So I have, oh my goodness, I have mint. I have a bunch of different
Oh,
types
wow.
of mint
Oh,
because
okay.
we love grinding. So
And you make the tea with it, like
yes.
you don't just. Oh,
So
wow.
I'm gonna save you some.
Okay, yeah, because I've had mint in Jamaica, like
Good.
what they grow and like whatever. I didn't
Good.
grow it myself, but yeah.
Yeah, good. So we actually make tea bags at home with the
Oh.
chamomile and
Oh.
the mint, and then in Puerto Rico there is this mint called yerba buena, which has a different taste than regular mint.
Yes.
So I have yerba buena in my garden.
Okay.
Let me see. I have eggplant, zucchini,
Ooh.
tomatoes, peppers. So I have red peppers, yellow peppers, jalapeno peppers, green peppers, basil, Thai basil, oregano,
Girl.
rosemary, collard greens.
Ooh.
I think I'm forgetting. Onions, and they're like onions, but they're the green ones.
Escallion?
Scallions and garlic.
Girl, you are serious.
No, I do have.
Holy
and
cow.
We have raspberries.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a lot. Like
Every year grows a little bit more because then I experiment with new things. So I
Wow.
get really good at a certain
thing.
thing.
And
then I
then-
add them back into the garden and I try something new. Like last year I tried potatoes
Yeah.
and
I didn't like it.
They just came like that big, and
Tiny.
I'm like, this is too much time. And I tried carrots, and
Okay.
that took forever.
Did
so
it?
by the time that they were ready, they were just already eaten by the like the rabbits and stuff.
Okay.
Because they take like couple months, so they are not ready till like October.
Oh, wow.
So by that time, they get bad because the ground is starting to freeze and it's
It is,
cold.
yeah.
So there's certain things. So I try a lot of
Wow.
herbs and veggies and stuff like that, but not a lot of starches like
Oh,
potatoes
okay.
or things like that. So
Oh, wow.
every year grows a little bit more.
That's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
girl, like you're doing it. Like, when I say garden, I meant like a little flower patch.
No.
You have a whole farm.
Yes.
I love
Yes, I have a patch next to my deck.
Oh, wow.
And that's it, and it says Monica's Garden. I have a plaque.
You have to
that
send me
says-
pictures.
Yeah, I'll show
Like,
you.
show
after
me
I have-
pictures. Yeah.
I have one.
I'm sure you have
Yeah.
pictures. You know what's
Yeah.
funny? My dad was a farmer.
Oh,
Like in Jamaica. Yeah, he didn't pass it down, but
Yeah, yeah.
that's amazing. I
Yeah.
just love people that can do, things like that, like
Yeah.
can create,
Yeah.
things like that. Give me a room and furniture. I'll create a spectacular
Yeah.
setting.
So
But
I'm always yelling, "Get me rosemary from the garden!"
Oh my. But that must be good now because like things are so
Yeah.
expensive at the
Oh,
supermarket. So
it is.
like just
And the thing is, like, you caught them and they keep growing,
they
right?
do.
And then by the time October comes, you dry it.
Yeah.
So I dry it and I put it on like crystal
Yeah.
mason jars or even like Ziploc bags.
yeah.
And then I have like herbs for seasoning for the rest of the year.
Absolutely. So do you ever
So-
sell it or no?
No,
No.
No.
You just have
I
it?
just give it away.
give it.
Yeah, I use it or give it away.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
that's wonderful.
So tea coming your way.
All right, tea coming my way. Tea coming my way. I love that. I do love.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a little obsession with tea. So yes,
Yes.
tea coming my way.
Yes.
There's one tea that's from Jamaica that I'm like hoping when my somebody goes back to bring it. It's like chocolate, but it's like hot chocolate, but they beat it like in a drum thing, and like when you boil it, it's kind of like oily, but it's chocolate. It's
Interesting.
yeah. I'm messing it up. What is it called? Chocolate. It's chocolate, but it's just made differently. It's
Yeah.
not like the hot chocolate here that is like
Oh
full
no,
of
that's
sugar.
super processed.
Like and full of
yeah.
sugar. It's like real, but like
Interesting.
not that bitter Hershey. You know, like
No,
the
I don't like chocolate.
Yeah.
So I know.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That's a conversation for another
that
day.
we will have a whole show about
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I'll try it.
Yeah, but yeah.
it's not like I see chocolate and I have to have it.
Yeah.
Like I don't have that obsession.
Oh,
about
okay.
chocolate. But
Okay.
I tried real chocolate.
Okay.
And it doesn't taste anything.
No, it doesn't like the
stuff
ones that are here.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
not
yeah.
at all. Like
Yeah.
that.
That I will. It's
so good.
It's like
It's probably in Puerto Rico, just has a different name because Jamaica,
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, like we have. It's
Cocoa.
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 Yeah.
Yeah,
So
cocoa.
it's not. I don't know why I'm called
Cocoa.
hot chocolate, but
Cocoa.
cocoa. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah.
So good. It's just
Amazing.
I can smell it now.
Yeah.
Like it's something that I haven't had for years, and I can
yeah,
still
the,
remember it.
the sugar thing, and just I can feel it. And
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like,
I mean everything has
it's
sugar.
little
So like I
things.
remember.
No thanks.
Listen, I was trying to give up sugar once. I mean, I
Yeah.
give up like actual just sugar in my tea
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But like there was like sugar even in the toothpaste. There's sugar in everything. The
Everything.
ketchup, the this, the that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I mean,
Oh,
I'm
don't
just
get
gonna.
me wrong. I eat all those things.
Oh, I do.
But there are certain things like
Yeah.
we went to chocolate factory. And I do like white chocolate
Oh,
because
okay.
it's full of sugar, right? And it's all you're eating is sugar. It's not even chocolate on
Yeah.
that thing. But the dark tolerated.
Really?
It's very.
Yeah.
I just can't.
And they say the darker chocolate is more
It's-
healthier,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, sometimes they
So-
make the dark chocolate too bitter, and I'm like, if I'm gonna have all the calories, I want the goodness.
Interesting. Well, maybe we need to find someone that is going to Jamaica soon.
Or we can go find a spa.
True. We can go to a spa in Jamaica. That's a better idea.
I'm just saying. You can come too. We'll host a show there, and we'll
Yeah.
write it off as a business
That's it.
expense. Like, yeah,
That's it.
that's it. Oh my God,
It was like it was necessary.
it was.
It's
It was
sipping tea with Suzanne.
Exactly.
We need to go and find tea.
the international, like, and they
Yes.
have new tea. Like, that's
Yes.
that's a Oh, it's like research and development, R&D.
Yeah, R&D.
R&D for
R&D,
Positively Suzanne
there we
brand.
go.
Like there we look at that.
We just came up with that.
We did, we did. Oh my God, honey, I've had such a good time.
Thank you, thank you.
What is upcoming for you? What's next? What's upcoming for you, and what you want
Yes.
to share? And
Well, what's upcoming? We're gonna have in July. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have a girls' night in, fireside chat at my
Ooh.
house. So coming up.
okay,
I always like to get the girls together in not a official setting, more like show up, let's
Yeah.
have a a
Yeah.
drink, a tea, whatever makes you happy. Eat some good food and just
Yeah.
catch up as normal people. You
Yeah.
know, complain about your kids, whatever it is that you need to get out of your system.
Exactly.
That's coming up in July, which I haven't sent invitations yet, but it's coming.
okay.
And then let me see. I actually am very quiet for the next 2 months because
that's
we
good.
are we're going away for an entire month to Puerto Rico. So
I'm
we're
so
taking
excited.
some time off.
I love it.
I have to work from there, and whatnot.
Thank
but
God for
we're
remote.
yep, we're taking some time off from the regular day to day.
You have to.
Reset and
You have to.
get ready for middle school because
Oh.
we're entering into a new season.
Yeah.
So
different stages.
Yeah.
Different stages. I
Yeah.
know my daughter
Yeah.
is in middle school.
Yeah.
Well, she's 10, but Abby Kelly's middle school
yeah.
is different. Like
Yeah.
4th grade is
Oh,
middle
so-
school.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we'll talk because
Oh.
my daughter was there. And
Ah.
I moved her from the school. But she
Okay,
was
we'll
there.
talk. We'll
Yeah.
talk. Okay, we'll talk
Interesting.
offline.
You see things you don't know.
Like the things you don't know. This is why this show, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But listen, that's awesome. So I'm so
Yeah.
happy that you're able to just go take that time off. Yeah, you have to do
Yeah.
some work, but I'm glad that like there's remote work because even with me being a lender, like I can travel and work now
Yeah.
because like most of my things are done over the phone.
Right,
You
or
know, because
online.
girl, when I show up to realtor's office, they're not there. So
They're never there.
they're not there.
They're never there.
They're not-
I work with realtors and
Yeah.
lenders, and it's
Yeah.
like, where are you? I'm golfing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
I'll meet you there.
Yeah, that's why, this is why I'm taking up golf, girl.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's where they are. So I need to like they're not in their office, so I need to be on the golf course with them. So
Yeah.
it's really nice now that
Of
I
course.
think that's one thing the pandemic did, right? In terms of how it's just reimagine how we thought about work, and now
Exactly.
you can work from Puerto Rico and nobody will know if you don't share that you're there.
Yeah.
You can get things done. So I love that.
I'm gonna miss a couple events in
Yeah.
the community, but I'm okay with that.
You know what? There's always another one, girl.
I'm okay with
It's-
that. I'll be like 6 o'clock. Want to go to the beach? Sure.
Let's
go.
just go. And that's what I love because sunset's like 8 something.
Yes.
I love
yes.
that. No, girl,
Yeah.
go. I would
Yeah.
say there's always another event, and where you're meant to be, you will be. And
Yeah,
what's for you won't
100%.
miss you, even if you're not there.
100%.
Even if you're not there. So I had such a good time.
Me too.
With
Thank you for inviting.
No, thank you for saying yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing your light.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask you one final question. I've just learned so much about you while we were
Yeah.
on the show. What motivates you?
That little person that I gave birth to.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I want her to have the opportunities that, not that I didn't have, but that I didn't know how to open the door to get there, right? So, with everything I do, my intention is to show her how to open her own door, and she's listening all the time.
I love that.
So I'm only hoping that I'm providing her with some tools that she can use for her own success, and that's my motivation.
I love it.
Yeah.
So, and that will never change.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, listen.
Till the end of times.
Till the end of time. They're yours forever.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't return them.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Listen,
true.
no, but listen, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on. I
Yeah.
appreciate you sharing your light.
Thank you.
I admire you. I admire what you do. I truly love the way that you, just as you said, you like to work behind the scenes, but you're touching so many with the things that you do and helping others, see their light and tell their story and share their story, which is inspiring others. So you might not see it, but it's a ripple effect. And I
Thank
think
you.
that you touch one and touch another, and it just keeps going on.
Thank you.
So,
Same to you.
Well, thank you.
Same to you.
Well,
Appreciate being here.
Thank you. God's the ultimate connector.
That's
so.
true.
But
That's
thank
true.
you so much for
Thank
being on
you.
the show.
Whoa.
I
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
it. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Yes, guys. So I'm going to share in details how to follow her, how to connect with her. She's incredible. Please, please make sure that you listen to Transcend with M. And she just shares some amazing story of phenomenal people that are in our community that you might not know about. So until next time, this is Suzanne and Monica saying bye.
Thank you.